Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar, How to Enhance Quality Management in the Automotive Industry. My name is Tobias Schroeder, and I'm a Product and Market Manager here at SoftExpert. Today's webinar will be presented by Mr. Gus Oliveira. Gus has over 10 years of experience in the financial and business development fields, working in large companies both in the United States and Brazil as a financial analyst, business strategy consultant, and project consultant. I wish you all a great webinar.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Tobias. Consistently meeting and exceeding customer expectations and requirements, eliminating waste, and pursuing continuous improvements are just some of the most common challenges faced by companies in the automotive sectors across the globe today. To face these challenges, companies need to manage quality through processes that engages all different divisions, departments, and levels of the organization. The goal is to deliver the highest value for the customer at the lowest cost while also achieving sustainable profits and economic stability for the company. While every organization should implement its own specialized form of quality management, there are just some basic core principles that guide every quality effort. The single most important element of quality management is the focus on the customer. During the quality process, we will strive to frequently hear from our customer. From this basic concept that the customer is the ultimate determiner of quality come the other principles of quality management. All types of automotive industries have reduced costs, increased process efficiency, and improved the quality of their products and services by working to meet the needs of the people they serve through the application of total quality management or TQM principles. Learning the principles and practices of TQM will help you achieve outstanding results and enlist the support of top management in advancing this concept within the organization, enabling area managers or supervisors to create a work environment that gets the best from its workers. The proof will be reflected in the results delivered to the customer. With growing global competition, quality management is becoming increasingly important to the leadership and management of the automotive industry. Quality management principles provide the understanding of and guidance on the application of quality management. So, by applying the following quality management principles, organizations will produce benefits for customers, owners, employees, suppliers, and society as a whole. So, what is total quality management? Total quality management, or TQM, is a management approach that originated in the 50s and has steadily become more and more popular since the early 80s. Total quality is a description of the culture, the attitude, and the organization of a company that strives to provide customers with products and services that satisfy their needs. The culture requires quality in all aspects of the company's operations, with process being done right the first time and defects and waste eradicated from operations. Total quality management, or TQM, is a method by which management and employees can become involved in the continuous improvement of the production of goods and services. It's a combination of quality and management tools aimed at increasing business as well as reducing losses due to wasteful practices. Now, some of the companies who have implemented TQM include Ford Motor Company, Motorola, and Toyota. So today, high quality is absolutely essential to meet customer requirements. So, what are the basic principles of TQM? So here we see the 7 concepts of TQM. They include customer service, where the main idea is to identify and meet customer needs. Continuous improvement, where the main idea is a philosophy of never-ending improvement. Employee empowerment, where the main idea here is that employees, they are expected to seek out, identify, and correct every single quality problem. Use of quality tools. Here, the main idea is the ongoing training of employees in the use of different quality tools. Product design. The idea of product design is that quality should be built into the process. Sources of quality problems should be identified and then corrected. Process management. Here, the idea is that quality products come from quality processes. Managing supplier quality. Here, the main idea is that quality concepts must extend to all of the company suppliers. So now, let's dig in a little bit deeper into each one of these ideas. So, the first and the most important characteristic of TQM is the attention granted by the company to the clients. Within the automotive industry as well, quality must satisfy and overcome the client's expectations. The purpose is the identification and then meeting the client's needs. Now, TQM admits that a perfectly built product has a reduced value if that product is not what the client desires. This is why we say that quality level is guaranteed by the client. In any case, it's not always easy to determine what the client desires because the taste and preferences of each client changes. Also, clients' expectations vary from one client to another. Let me give you an example. In the automotive industry, the preferences, they change very fast from small cars to four-wheel drive vehicles and then, back to small cars. The companies, they must gather information constantly by doing research groups, market studies, and meeting with clients in order to remain close to the client's tastes. So in the automotive industry, the main benefits of applying this principle are the following. Increased revenues and market quota obtained through flexibility and quick answer related to market opportunities. Increased effectiveness regarding the use of organization resources in order to increase the client satisfaction. The improvement of clients' loyalty degree, which has a result of bringing you repetitive business transactions. Now, the application of these principles will also lead your company to researching and comprehending the client's needs and expectations, assuring the fact that the organization's objectives are correlated with clients' needs and expectations, communicating these needs and expectations with the organization, measuring the client's satisfactions and acting according to the obtained results, as well as the systematic management of the relationship with the clients. Now, customers' expectations are always changing and typically rising as quality management begins to yield results. So it's very important to remember that when customers are assessing quality, they're not simply comparing us to our performance last year, but they're comparing us to every other organization that is serving their needs. So TQM is mainly concerned with the continuous improvement in all work, from high-level strategic planning and decision-making to detailed execution of work elements on the shop floor. It stems from the belief that mistakes can be avoided and defects can be prevented. It leads to continuously improving results in all aspects of work as a result of continuously improving capabilities, people, processes, technology, and machine capabilities. Continuous improvement must deal not only with improving results, but more importantly, with improving capabilities to produce better results in the future. One of the approaches that can help companies with continuous improvement is the plan, do, check, act cycle, or the PDCA cycle, and describes the activities of a company needs to perform in order to incorporate continuous improvement in its operation. The circular nature of the cycle shows that continuous improvement is a never-ending process, okay? So let's just take a look at the specific steps of the cycle. Let's start with plan. The first step of the PDCA cycle is to plan. Managers must evaluate the current processes and make plans based on any problems that they find. They need to document all current procedures, collect data, and identify the problems. This information should then be studied and used to develop a plan for improvement, as well as specific measures to evaluate performance. The next step in the cycle is implementing the plan. During the implementation process, managers should document all changes made and then collect all the data for evaluation. The third step is to check the data collected in the previous phase. The data is evaluated to see whether the plan is achieving the goals that were established in the plan phase. The last phase of the cycle is to act on the basis of the results of the first three phases. The best way to accomplish this is to communicate the results to other members of the company and then implement a new procedure if it has been successful. So note again that this is a cycle, so the next step is to plan again. After we've acted, we need to continuously evaluate the process, planning, and reporting the cycle all over again. The main benefits in applying this principle in the automotive industries are the alignment of improved activities at all levels with strategic intentions of the organization, the flexibility to react rapidly at the occurrence of any opportunities, and the application of this principle will lead companies to the existence of a consequent approach at the level of the entire organization for the continuous performance improvement, the assurance for the organization employees of an adequate training regarding methods and instruments for the continuous improvement, the establishment of specific objectives able to guide the continuous improvement, and of certain actions to be able to provide the continuous improvement follow-ups. Employee empowerment. Employee involvement evolved out of the business's need to improve performance. The impact of human resources in the organization depends on the kind of empowerment given to them. In TQM, the role of employees is very different from what it is in traditional systems. Here, workers are empowered to make decisions relative to quality in the production process. They're considered a vital element of the effort to achieve high quality. Their contributions are highly valued and their suggestions are implemented. In order to perform this function, employees are given continual and extensive training in quality measurement tools. Making the decisions within the organization represents a process of large activities by which you choose a variant of action from several possible tools. According to this principle, the effective decisions are underlined on complete and safe information, which are analyzed logically and intuitively. The main benefits of applying this principle are decision based on information and an increased ability to demonstrate the effectiveness of the previous decisions by reference to real records. Now, TQM places a great deal of responsibility on all workers. So if employees are to identify and correct quality problems, they need the proper training. They need to understand how to assess quality by using a variety of quality control tools, how to interpret findings, and how to correct problems. These are sometimes called the 7 means for quality control, which include cause and effect diagrams, scatter diagrams, flow charts, Pareto chart, histogram, control charts, and checklists. They're all easy to understand and at the same time extremely useful in the quality problems identification and analysis. Sometimes the employees may use one mean, but often the use of a combination of means is of great help. We will further refer to 2 of the 7 means of quality control, namely the cause and effect diagram and the control charts. Cause and effect diagrams are charts that identify potential causes for particular quality problems. They're often called fishbone diagrams because they look like the bones of a fish. This here is an example of SoftExpert's cause and effect diagram. The head of the fish is the quality problem, such as, let's say, damaged zippers on a garment or broken valves on a tire. The diagram is drawn so that the spine of the fish connects the head to the possible cause of the problem. These causes should be related to the machines, workers, measurements, suppliers, materials, and many other aspects of the production process. Each of these possible causes can then have smaller bones that address specific issues that relates to each cause. For example, a problem with machines could be due to the need for adjustment, old equipment, or tooling problems. Similarly, a problem with workers could be related to lack of training, poor supervision, or even fatigue. Cause and effect diagrams are problem-solving tools commonly used by quality control teams. Specific causes of problems can be explored through brainstorming. These charts are used to evaluate whether a process is within expectations relative to some measured value such as weight, width, or even volume. For example, we could measure the width of a tire. When the production process is operating within expectations, we say that it is in control. To evaluate whether or not a process is in control, we regularly measure the variable of interest and plot it on a control chart. The chart has a line down the center representing the average value of the variable that we are measuring. Above and below the center line are two lines called the upper control limit, or UCL, or the lower control limit, LCL. As long as the observed values fall within the upper and lower control limits, we say that the process is in control and there is no problem with quality. Now, when a measured observation falls outside of these limits, then there's a problem. Now, a critical aspect of building quality into a product is to ensure that the product design meets the customer's expectations. This typically is not as easy as it seems. Customers often speak in everyday language. So, for example, a product can be described by a customer as attractive or strong or safe. However, these terms can have very different meanings to different customers. What one person considers to be strong, another may not. To produce a product that customers want, we need to translate the customer's everyday language into specific technical requirements. However, this can be quite a difficult task. A useful tool for translating the voice of the customer into specific technical requirement is the quality function deployment, or QFD. Quality function deployment is also useful in enhancing communication between different functions such as marketing, operations, and engineering. QFD begins by identifying important customer requirements, which typically comes from the marketing department. These requirements are then numerically scored based on their importance, and the scores are then translated into specific product characteristics. Evaluations are then made of how the product compares with its main competitors relative to the identified characteristics. Finally, specific goals are set to address the identified problems. The resulting matrix looks like a picture of a house and is often called the house of quality. QFD enables us to view the relationship among the variables involved in the design of a product, such as technical versus customer requirements. This can help us analyze the big picture, for example, by running tests to see how changes in certain technical requirements of the product affect the customer requirements. An example is an automobile manufacturer evaluating how changes in materials could affect, let's say, customer safety requirements. This type of analysis can be very beneficial in developing product design that meets the customer needs, and yet it does not create unnecessary technical requirements for production. Now, in traditional production system design, the sole objective was productivity in terms of cost per unit or worker hours per unit. Recently, the value of flexibility has been recognized and often takes explicit role in production system designs. First, to refute the theory of quality is wholly determined by product design, we present two pieces of evidence from Ford Motor Company that demonstrate that the production system affects quality. After Ford acquired Jaguar, Jaguar's quality improved rapidly. This is due to Ford adopting Toyota's production process at the Jaguar plant. These improvements were not due to product design changes, but due to production system changes, which indicates that the production system affects quality. One of Ford's parts suppliers even reported that Ford analyzed incidents when defective purchased parts caused Ford to halt shipments of vehicles, and that Ford concluded that manufacturing problems caused about 83% of these incidents, while design problems caused only about 17%. Now, according to TQM, a quality product comes from a quality process. That means that quality should be built into the processes. Quality at the source is the belief that it is far better to uncover the source of a quality problem and correct it than to discard defective items after production. If the source of the problem is not corrected, the problem will continue. Quality at the source exemplifies the difference between the old and the new concepts of quality. The old concept focused on inspecting goods after they were produced or after a particular stage of production. If an inspection revealed defects, the defective products were either discarded or sent back for reworking. All of this cost the company tons of money, and these costs were passed on to the customer. The new concept of quality focuses on identifying quality problems at the source and correcting them. TQM extends the concept of quality to a company's suppliers. The philosophy of TQM extends the concept of quality to suppliers and ensures that they engage in the same quality practices. If suppliers meet preset quality standards, the materials do not have to be inspected upon arrival. Today, many companies have a representative residing at the supplier's location, thereby involving the supplier in every stage from product design all the way to final production. In order to obtain certain advantageous relations, we must analyze the following steps. Establishing the fields in which mutually advantageous relations could be developed between the suppliers and the organization, create a list with potential partners, identifying the persons with decision powers within the supplier's organization, forming a team responsible for the development of new relations, developing the mission and objectives which underline the partnership. The main benefits of applying this principle includes increased ability to create value for both parties, flexibility and speed of the common answer to the market changes or the client's needs and expectations modifications, the optimization of costs and resources, and the application of this principle will lead to the establishment of relations able to balance the short-term profits with the long-term considerations, the identification and selection of key suppliers, the establishment of a clear and open communication system, the communication of information and future plans, the establishment of common development actions and of certain improvement activities, and the suggestion, encouragement, and recognition of the supplier's improvements and accomplishments. Now, another way to make sure that you are complying with total quality management in your company is to meet the standards and be certified by ISO 9000, as well as the quality regulation specific to the automotive industry called IETF 16949. The goal of ISO 9000 is to spread the culture of standardization through a set of quality guidelines that helps companies to meet the standards required to satisfy the customer's needs. ISO 9000 can be applied to any company, regardless of sector or size. The IETF 16949 was first developed in 1999 as an ISO technical standard known as ISO TS 16949, and today is one of the most widely used international standards of quality management in the automotive industry. With the publication of a new global industry standard by the International Automotive Task Force, or the IATF, the latest version of the regulation, known as the IATF 16949, was developed with an unprecedented level of industry feedback and engagement by the AIAG members representing North America. The IATF 16949 defines the quality system required for the design, development, manufacturing, installation, and servicing of automotive-related products. The certification is a mandatory industry requirement to align automotive quality systems throughout the world. The regulation is implemented in conjunction with and as a supplement to ISO 9001. Therefore, IATF 16949 is not a standalone quality management standard. The goal is to accentuate defect prevention, provide continuous enhancements, and decrease waste and disparity within the supply chain. Now, as we all know, the automotive industry continues to be one of the most challenging and vital sectors in almost all industrialized economies. Faced with radical changes in environmental policies, commodity, volatility, and global market, automotive companies must have well-rounded systems in place in order to succeed. SoftExpert offers the industry's most advanced and comprehensive software suite for compliance and quality management that meets the unique needs of the automotive industry in all aspects, from managing product lifecycle to performance indicator monitoring, environmental, health and safety management, and much more. The solution enables automotive organizations to map, analyze, and continuously improve the efficiency of operations by integrating into a single platform different management frameworks, including product development management, regulations, advanced product quality planning, failure modes and effect analysis, statistical process control, calibration, performance, documents and record management, and much more.
Thank you all for taking part in this presentation. If you have any questions or would like to get in touch with Gus, please email him at gustavo.oliveira@softexpert.com. For more webinars, please visit our website www.softexpert.com. See you next time.